All right, Senior Home Business family, Happy New Year 2026. Brittany, Matt are here. This is our first official live for the New Year's, January 7th. We've been taking some holidays off, and hopefully you've been spending time with family and doing all the things that you need to do and ready for the new year. And I know the new year is always kind of let me start something new. Let me go to the gym. Let me eat right. Let me get a new relationship. Let me whatever. Oftentimes it falls in that bucket is I want a different career. I want something new. And I know in my life, there's many seasons, Brittany, many years in my life. Like I told you before, I was fortunate to work for a lot of good companies, a lot of great bosses, but there was always that kind of pull to let me do something for myself. Let me do something that I can work out of my house and make a difference. And fortunately, senior placement has been that very thing for me. And I think it's been that for you as well.
Yeah, it has given us the opportunity to help people from our homes and in the community as well, kind of a 50-50 depending on how you run your business, but given us an opportunity to help people and grow ourselves as well.
Yeah. And so, yeah, doing something new. Brittany, we do have something new, and you can click the link down below. We're super excited about this for existing senior placement agents that are out there, up and coming ones that want to start your business. I have never been a big fan of CRMs. I just haven't. I know that's kind of probably a bad intro to what I'm getting ready to say about TSL CRM, but it never was that kind of guy, right? And the output is only as good as the input. And so you really want something of a CRM that's simplified, that's customizable, something that is going to propel your business forward. And so we have launched now the TSL CRM. All you got to do is go to tourseniorliving.com and you can see a demo there. You can go down, you can sign up if you want. It is half the price of the main competitors that are out there. And our software is not hard coded. It's customizable. You can make all these different changes in it, edits, and it's so cool. So I won't bore you with all the details. But again, if you want the information, all you got to do is click the link down below or go to tourseniorliving.com yourself. So let's get into it, Brittany. And if you want other information, how Brittany does what she does so well and how we do what we do and been doing it for years, we do have other links down. You can watch webinars about the Senior Placement Institute and different things we got going on. But we want to talk today about why the senior placement business is one of the most fulfilling opportunities in 2026. There's a lot of opportunities that are out there, a lot of things you can do. And I know if you're like me, in the past, you were thinking about some different things you can do this year. Again, you are tired of your job. You're tired of, it might not even be the money. I know, Brittany, I've talked to a lot of people. I talked to someone just the other day that they make a considerable amount of money. And I say considerable amount of money, what I mean by, let me qualify that. It was around the $200,000 range. Okay. So the $200,000 range will put you probably in the top 10%, 15% of the overall income, right? Which is really incredible income. Now, again, I know that's not net, that's gross, a lot of things in between. But this person was so dissatisfied with what they were doing because what they were doing was extremely transactional. And it was just kind of let me get out and sell, 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 sell. And one of the things that I just love about this business here is that it's more than a business. It's a mission. So Brittany, tell me about your mission and what you do at A Lending Hand. I mean, you got two agencies, one in Texas, one in Missouri. You've helped hundreds, if not thousands of seniors over the time you've been doing this. Extremely impactful into the community, the hospitals and different things. So tell me a little about your business.
Yeah, it's more than it's very purpose driven. It lets you help families sometimes in the most hard decision they've ever had to make in their entire life. So it is super fulfilling on an emotional level and just being able to really be there, be empathetic, it's not like a sales, I know we'll talk about, it's not like a sales job. So it's just it like fills your cup. I think what I say every day, this job fills my cup, even on the hard days. We all have hard days where it can get stressful and things, but being able to help families during this time really does fill your cup. And it makes you want to help more and more and more families outside of the financial aspect of it.
Yeah, I like it because you're helping families in crisis, right? Not selling a product. You're not even really selling a service, which is so cool because the whole B2C is completely free. Oh, that kind of rhymed. I didn't know it was a poet. The B2C is free, right? So somebody else I got a lot of people out there in the industry that do certain things and they kind of steal what we say. So you can steal that one. B2C is free. And then the B2B is the transactional piece. So I love that because you really are at the heart of this business, helping families go through, navigate through an emotional journey. It is. I'm dealing with this guy right now that I'm talking to, and he's in a completely different state. His mom's in California, and she needs to move. And she needs to move because her ADLs have increased. She got 5150. There's a lot of different things going on. She needs memory care now, not AL, and all these different things. And so they were at a crossroads of what's the right community for mom and what's the right price point. Those are kind of the two things you get involved with, and that people they struggle with. I don't blame them, because I was just talking to some memory care communities. Well, my marketing director was, I really wasn't, but my team was talking to some memory care communities the other day, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we get you in for $5,000 shared room, but the care piece is going to be between 5,000 all the way up to 6,000." So that $5,000 room that you're looking at, families that you could possibly get your mom or dad into, may be expensive, may not be expensive. I think it's completely reasonable. The part you got to look at is the care piece, and this care piece could take this individual all the way up to $11,000. We are looking at residential care homes because we'll pretty much be able to get that price locked in or a lot lower than where that is. So, but it's more than a business. It's a mission. You're really helping people. And I love that. Brittney, number 2, why fulfillment matters more than ever right now. I think, as I've said earlier, that example of that person making $200,000, I think many professionals are just successfully burned out. I get it. I think I was burned out in a lot of ways. And, you wake up one day going, what is my purpose? What is my calling? Whatever word you want to put on it, but what is my meaning here? Why am I existing today? Why am I alive? Why am I breathing? I mean, I want to do something meaningful today, and the senior placement business provides all that and so much more. So, Brittney, tell me a little bit about just how you feel when you're able to help a family. I know sometimes I get goosebumps because it's just really, I mean that sincerely, like, man, I just really helped that individual. Other times I'm holding back the tears. It just because of their story and all that. But tell me a little about helping families.
Yeah, I think, like you said, the verge of tears sometimes, goosebumps when you hear all the good things about, even if it's not a happy ending. This industry is not necessarily rainbows, butterflies, and everybody's excited to do this. So it can be a little bit of a downer in some degree. So I think the main thing is like finding the good in the whole situation, which we luckily get to be that positive person in these families' lives. Usually they're dealing with doctors and hospitals and rehabs and all these people that are trying to do their best, no doubt about it. But we come in as like a one-stop shop in a way that we're just like an emotional support system too. So when we're there to be the unbiased common ground, when they have 10 other people in their ear telling them 10 different things, I think it's really just rewarding to feel the calm in the family. Like for me, every time I get off the call, usually even if it's something so small that I help the family with, they say, I feel so much better already. Like, you get it. I feel so much better. And I think a lot of the times it's because they've oftentimes been through so much and before they call me or before they call somebody like Matt, and they're just depleted. I mean, they're just done. They're defeated. They're like frustrated with the system, frustrated with their parents are declining, whatever the case may be. They're in crisis mode. So you're like a calming, just like, I feel like everyone can take a deep breath when they talk to you. And that is a really good feeling to get off that call and feel that way.
I love it. And you might be out there as a family or as a person that's watching this going, okay, how do I get involved? I mean, again, you can click the links and all that stuff down below, but let me give you a couple of professions that people are getting involved in this industry. Real estate agents, they're getting tired of chasing transactions all over the place. Insurance agents, grinding policies day in, day out. And parents, they're wanting flexibility, right? They're wanting flexibility without losing purpose. And so you might be a stay-home mom. You might be a stay-home dad. You might be a couple that's like, okay, I'm just tired of doing what I'm doing. I get a lot of people too, maybe because of those videos all over TikTok and things like that, and I'm doing a couple more tomorrow. But I get a lot of people reaching out to me. They want to start a residential care home, and they're like, man, I want to get involved with it. I want to make my $10,000-$15,000 a month. And then I go through everything that it takes to get involved with a residential care home and your overhead expenses and you're more than likely not going to make $10,000-$15,000 a month on one home. You might be closer to 5. And that's if you have a 5-6 residents in your home, not 4, because 4 you're going to break even, less than 4 you're going to lose money. And then I start talking about referral fees, and they're like, oh my gosh, referral fees, I didn't know about that. I mean, well, unless you know how to go out and get qualified leads, you're going to have somebody that's going to provide that for you, or your home could be fantastic, looking awesome, but just might not look that great with no residents. And so it's going to you'd be hard pressed to give a qualified quality tour with no residents there. So you're going to need that kind of thing. So I want to go to number 3. Brittney, is the business fits real life, not the other way around. And I mean, it just works for people that are working out of their house. And I know you feel the same way, and everybody else in our community. We got students in 35 states across the country. And, I know a lot of our students that are successful, and I know probably a number of them are not successful. I mean, it just is what it is. I heard a statistic just yesterday that blew me away. It's a high income deal. I'll tell more about it later, Brittney, off air and those kind of things. But anyway, what I want to say about this whole being successful is this particular company, they have 300 people that are successful, highly successful. I'm like, my gosh, that's a lot. But they have had 10,000 people sign up to do the very thing. What is the percentage of that? I don't know off the top of my head, but that's a low percentage, right? And I got excited about it because in our senior home business, we do have that kind of top 30% that do really well. Brittney, when you came in, doing really well. And I think of others that are doing really well. And then we got like a 50% group, kind of in the middle, that are doing it part-time and still doing something else, which is great because we got some nurse practitioners in our group and some nurses. And, and then I think we got a bottom 20 that just bailed out, that they just are not doing it anymore. And I get it. It's, it's not for everyone. So if you're going to be successful in this business, why this matters now is if you have a heart for seniors, if you're an advocate for seniors, if you truly put others first, you're going to be successful in this business. It's not the people that come in, they go, man, I want to go out and sell everything and just, what's the expression? I don't know, push down somebody's throat or twist their arm and all that kind of stuff, right? It's not that type person that's really successful. I know you, Brittney, are not that way. I know you've got a great customer service oriented company where you take calls late at night and you work with families, ongoingly, and hear story after story after story. So it's going to take work to be successful, but you can do all that work right here in your house. I think, Brittney, your office, you're sitting in your house.
I am.
I think, Matt, you're sitting in your house. Now it's a built-in office, and you got a built-in office. We got great things now, but Brittney, I didn't have any of this stuff when I got started. I had a laptop, but I didn't have this kind of laptop. I got a really nice laptop in front of me. The reason I say that is because when I first started, I had like a laptop. It was just the buttons would stick. I think this wasn't really that good. I had an iPhone, and that was it. Some business cards and nothing else. And I told you the story before. I had this $9.99 Wix website. Oh, I don't know what it costs today, but back then it stunk. So it's just it's a great opportunity for people. But getting back to that salesy job, talk to us, Brittney, about you don't need to be salesy to win, because I think people think in every company you get into, and I understand you need marketing, you need sales and all that, but in this industry here, you don't need to be salesy to win in this game.
I agree. I think you need more of the customer service role, like you said. The families that we're helping really are just looking for someone to meet them where they're at, be empathetic, and not sell them. I actually think being salesy in this industry would do the opposite of what you want it to do. I would say, sales skills, like you said, are important, especially on the B2B side. So being able to negotiate contracts and get referral agreements and that type of thing in this business from the people that are paying you, sure, those skills will come into play. But I really do think just having like a good overall read the room capabilities, just being able to meet people where they're at, not be salesy. I think I say no pressure more than anything in my vocabulary. So I'm pretty sure I'm the opposite of salesy. All I say is no pressure, no rush, no pressure, no rush. Anyway, so I think just being able, like not selling is actually probably the best advice I give in this industry, one of them. And I think that's a hard thing for people to wrap their head around. I also think that people in this industry can see through sales. So if you're giving that used car salesman kind of pitches, or if you're not taking the time to listen and you're just giving families blurting out options so they will make the move, or pressuring them to make a decision faster than they should, that usually seems to do the opposite of being successful. So you really just need to, I think the best personality is just being personable and being able to read the room. And I don't sound like demeaning, but having a lot of common sense and being able to really just talk to people. That's how you succeed.
Brittney, I love all you said, but I love, and I think it's worth repeating about, to be successful in this business, not to be salesy, right? And people want to be, they're used to sales and they want scripts, and we provide some of that, but I'm not a big fan of scripts and all that. But what you said was read the room. I mean, that is powerful, because when you're on a tour, you've got to read the room. When you are in front of a client and talking about their loved one, or you're at a skilled nursing facility, you're in front of another referral source, you need to be able to read the room. And that is body language, right? That is tonality of what they say and what they say. Because a lot of times we just walk in and want to say the right thing, and that's the salesy thing. But if you're not reading the room, you might just be going off a script that doesn't really apply to the scenery or the environment that you're in. I mean, that is powerful, Brittney. If you don't get anything else from this video, get what Brittney said. Read the room, man. You've got to be observant and doing all that. But this business, like she said, is that rewards heart, communication, follow through, not pressure tactics, right, Brittney? You just said that, and I love that. So, Brittney, number 5, why the new year is the right time to say yes. The reason I put that up there is because I talk to a lot of people throughout the year, right? Guys, if you schedule a consultation call with us, you're actually going to be talking to me. If you want to talk to Brittney, you can talk to Brittney as well. That's one area we do not have. We do not have a sales team. We're not trying to sell you anything. We're going to present what we do, how we do it. And if you want to jump on board and because you catch the vision in doing it, then you're going to do it. But we're not paying people to persuade you. Like I was talking to this one person the other day, and they were so disappointed. They talked to a different company, and and it's not wrong to have salespeople, you guys. I'm not bashing having salespeople. I just don't do it because I don't want somebody to take that approach. And what the salesperson told this individual was, "Oh, you just don't believe in the program? You don't want to do it? You don't want to better your life?" I mean, it's just kind of like, dude, I'm just not at the place of making that decision yet. So if you just want somebody to walk you through the process, be able to help you, we're here for you. So we've got a team. We've got a social media specialist. I've got a marketing director. I've got a partner. We got a team, but I don't have salespeople taking that call. So I put a very limited time in my calendar, because we are doing other things. I can't leave it open-ended. Hey, call me anytime you want, 8 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock at night. There's things I'm doing, but I put a limited time there. But if you want to be a part of that calendar and know more about the Senior Placement Institute that Brittney and I co-teach, more about the coaching. Like she was just on the basics call the other night on Monday for our new students and how to get them ramped up, specific questions. Brittney does what we call the roundtable, a midweek collaboration meeting every Thursday. If you want to pick her brain and others and see how they're doing it, man, this will be the place to be, place to go. So you just click the link down below. You can do that kind of thing. But it's the new year, right? The man isn't coming. Brittney, speak to this. It's already here. I know 2030, all the baby boomers will be 65 and above, but it's not just coming. It's already here. It's the time to do this business.
Agreed. Yeah. Population rapidly growing. I'm sure in your markets, you can look around and see senior living popping up like wildfire, assisted living, independent living, both of my markets. There's new communities going up, multiple this year, multiple last year. So you're going to continue to see that. With more options family needs more help. If there's an assisted living on every single corner in the county, the family's going to have more options to pick from, and they need help dictating which one is the right fit. I know we talk about national companies a lot. The fact that national companies that do lead generation have come to a lot of light in the last few years on how their process works. Families need more help than just getting names and phone numbers and getting their phone called. So that I think now is the time, like you said, and there's no better time to do it now because the years and the days are still going to go by. Seniors are still going to be populating. There's still going to be more seniors in the population. So the time's going to pass either way.
And it's going to pass. That's right. I mean, I'm glad you mentioned that because we are January 7th, 2026. Don't allow January 7th, 2027 to come along and go, man, I really want to do this. Because I've talked to a lot of people, and I wouldn't say, well, I say a lot, that's relative. Let's just say 20 people over the years that have mentioned this very comment to me that, man, I wish I'd have started this sooner. Or I've been thinking about doing this for 2 years now. I'm like, God dang, if you've been thinking about doing something for 2 years, that's an awful long time. I mean, you've definitely done your due diligence. You're overthinking is what you're doing. Usually you make a decision. And the decision is, yes, I'm going to jump in. No, I'm not. I'm going to do something else. Right? I mean, you make a decision, then you got to make a commitment, and then there's a place of resolve. So make a decision is to cut down your options. People tend to think, in January, Brittney, okay, I got all these options I want to do, and I might do this, I might do that, and I'm going to think about this. And then time just goes on. To your point, they're in March, they're in June. It's summertime, going to the beach. Well, I'll get to it in the fall because I got the summer plans with the kids are out of school. And then the fall comes around and this is like, well, I got the holidays coming up, Thanksgiving and Christmas. Before you know it, you're right back to January 7th, 2027, and you have not made a commitment. So do yourself a favor, make a commitment today. Your first commitment would be to schedule an appointment with myself. Go down, click the link, schedule an appointment on my calendar, get on my calendar. That'll be the first thing. That's not a huge commitment, but that is a commitment to say, hey, I want to know more about this business. Is it right for me? I got these specific questions, or man, I want to hear your take on it, and we go with that information. If you want to speak to Brittney, I'm sure Brittney wouldn't mind speaking to you about the business, what she does. We're very transparent about what we do. We're very involved in what we do. We love what we do, and we want you to be a part of it. But if it's not you, do yourself a favor, move on and do what you're going to do, but don't spend a whole year thinking about what you're going to do. Put it into action. So we love you. We appreciate you. If this was meaningful content to you, don't forget to click the link and subscribe and all that good stuff. But until next time, God bless.